You don't have to do the introductions again, because I don't...
Yeah. So here we are in game 2. So we don't see the Heimerdinger. We see the Zoe on the other side, a priority pick. And then we see a new champion again. We see Lux.
Yeah, what do you feel about this Lux, actually?
I think that this is a really great matchup because when Zoe stuns herself by ulting, that's a free Lux combo.
Oh! Yes.
Yeah, that's what the BXN was going for. I'm really surprised that he went for the. I mean, the only reason that he goes for the Lux as well and not the Zed, because you know that Zed is a really great counter matchup against the Zoe, but he doesn't want to monopolize AD damage, and
They do the...
also what?
Oh, I just saw that they do the Tarek,
Tarek Sona, yeah, we have the Tarek Sona too. Finally, we saw in the in the LCK how Griffin played Pantheon Talia, and it didn't go so successful. And you see that this start, Bjergsen is trying to push the wave.
already. Yeah.
Already trying to push the wave. And this is how you
Top here?
nullify. Yeah, what's stop?
Top, I think Irealia's gonna trip pretty evenly into this cannon here. Irelia has a lot of early game pressure.
I think level 1 Aurelia has the advantage against the cannon. Because when she gets 5 stacks of Ionian Feather, it's really hard to trade with her in auto attacks. You can see that Broken Blade is getting pushed on, so he can have the whole lane for himself, trying to chase Impact through it with his Q. Impact's going for Kleptomancy.
Oh!
There goes Smoothie, misses the flash though.
What a missing flash then.
Yeah. But Core JJ flashes
Gideon
as
actually
well.
burns Ghost as well here, so this is good for TL.
You also get to know where Acadian is. So Rek'Sai now knows what to do. He can see that Hecarim is farming his jungle. This is how you get level 3 first though. You get 3 camps and that's level 3. So he knows, he should know. This is what I was talking about. How Aurelia is really unbearable to trade with at the early levels when she has 5 stacks of Ionian Feather. Gets 2 stacks.
Yeah, you can actually just level 1 go in with 4 stacks, which you keep in some dead stack right there. So, I mean, Broken Blade doesn't do that, but he lets the wave shove in so he can make this huge play, forcing Impact to use the TP. So now he has TP advantage for 3 minutes. So he has to play really safe here. Impact's just gonna get shoved in, and then like this gives a lot of map pressure to get people in the top side, or maybe like to make a play in other lanes with that TP advantage.
Yeah, that's true. And you can see that TSM already seeing the Rek'Sai. The pings of the missing pings were exactly where the Rek'Sai was. They have map awareness, and they saw him through the ward in the river. Well, at the entrance of the river. BX, these are the runes that BXN goes to. This is really unusual to go one attack
I think he's
speed
doing that
rune.
to get CS better. And
Mm-hmm.
I think with the materializer, he's gonna like QE the whole wave, and then like Mac Ninja's gonna. This is like level 6, right? Mac Ninja's gonna die with 1 E, and then like 3 minions in front are like a few auto attacks away, so
Yeah.
extra attack speed. And he also gets to weave in extra attacks with his passive.
Yeah.
If he like does land to bind, so I think that's why he went for it.
Yes. As we all know that the Lux combo is ulting as you E, and then you detonate later if you have the Q on. And that's how you get full damage. Because you alt E. Sorry, you E alt, and then you detonate the E, so you get to weave in the auto attack even if you're far away. If you need that, obviously, but Lux's damage.
You're looking poised to go in for this 4 gauge here. He actually has enough damage and has the healing for that. I wonder if he's running. He is running Inspiration Secondary, so he's probably getting that extra health whenever he pops his
Potion.
potion. So, and of course, he has 2 potions to go for this whole engage here. When Kennen should not be pushing up this far.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go, Impact losing the wave, and this is the rune that you talked about, Time Warp Tonic. X-Smithy is on the top side though. Guess the Scuttle Crab and recalls on it. I wonder why do they do that?
Scuttle and Recall.
Yeah.
So they want to play on the bot side because they see the heck on bot side.
Oh.
Because they understand that like they're tracking his jungle, so he just ganked top or he's ganked bot like 3 minutes earlier, so he's gonna full clear tops and then let the gank bot.
Well, we talked about Acadian, and there's a control ward look acting like a guardian shield for the bot lane. Tries to disable it. So with Tarek Sona and this, oh, there we go. You can see that Jensen has just tried to ult, gets caught by the Lux Q because he cannot really dodge it. It's a 100% thing type of skill shot, so it's not really a skill shot, it's just all about the timing. You can see how the Zoe really can't do much against the Lux. Gets outranged and basically
Chosen actually double. Yeah, Chosen actually opts for double dark seal there. Let's get him sustained.
from his corrupting potion.
Of course, yeah.
And with Time Warp Tonic, because you know that he takes it since it's a really good a really good rune. Xmithy will run into a ward right now. And here's the thing that really surprises me. They have gone full damage carries. Now the only saving grace for Ashe, the only saving graces for Ashe are the Rek'Sai knockup and the Zyra E. But that's only on the two. That should land perfectly on the two members that are diving the TL composition. You can see that Broken Blade has the Taric ulti when he's diving in, and Hecarim it's really hard to land a skill shot on him as he's diving. So why
And
wouldn't
Ash
he?
opted to take
TP. Yeah,
which is terrible.
that's really
I don't know what.
terrible.
Yeah, Ash has no like form of escape. Other than, it's like a Varus, right? But if you take TP, like there's no peel, there's no nothing. So if he gets caught with any of the champions, like, they have a hard engage with Irelia, Hecarim, and Terrigal. So if Ash just gets caught, 100% like dead.
hmm It's actually ridiculous that the fact that he opted to take TP over there. And
I think he opted to take TP because he sees it's like a high sustain lane bot with Taric and Sona, so he wanted to match the farm, just like high aggressive.
yeah,
Uh,
Broken Blade burns the flash over there. If that connected, he would get Rek'Sai ulted and killed. Somehow he loses the trade over there because he was playing a bit far off. But it should be fine, since they're not really playing for the early game when they go Tarek Sona. You have infinite sustain with this lane. And the thing that I don't understand is that I understand that Tarek gets passive armor, I understand that he gets healing. What I don't understand, why does he get that auto attack passive?
so his auto attack passive procs healing. So like you can heal instantly, or like you can heal forever if you have enough mana,
Mm-hmm.
right? Since they get since he gets mana from since the Sona's there as well, it like alleviates some of the mana he like burns, vice versa. So they just like feed off of their like own respective passive mana flow. So they just like alternate heals, and that's why the sustain lane is so fucking annoying. Same with the shield. I mean, Taric and shield both at the same time. Um, and this is why they opt to play this hyper aggressive lane with Zyra and Ashe, because Doublelift wants to like TP and like keep the left pressure up and out sustain them, right? So they can make dragging forces. But I think Doublelift doesn't like fully understand how annoying the lane really is.
I think,
This is what I'm thinking.
but I think that they were the ones to play it before this game against FlyQuest, though.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
How did that go?
They crushed the game. So I think they do understand since they initiated and they've seen it happen. But I think it's just double liftism, as I would call it.
Doubleliftism. TP is very interesting. I mean, I would not take TP in this situation.
I think you need
Because
a lot of
really,
confidence for that.
it's like really, like what use is the TP other than, to, I mean, like you're not gonna TP in fights unless.
I mean, as an Ash, you can initiate and stop fights from really long distances. So Is your
Yeah,
presence
really.
required?
Yeah.
And against the team comp that you're going against of two hyper diving champions. And also, here's where the Lux excels at. People ask why did he go Lux? It's because he can ult whatever they are, whatever the Hecarim and Irelia are on, from really long distances.
Yeah, he can go for that. You know, uh, dive or not dive, but like team team play.
Hmm. It's like a better version of Xerath here, since Xerath can achieve the same thing that Lux should try to achieve over here, except that the Lux can play a bit better and she has better crowd control. The difference between Lux Q is that he can get double bindings and he can get full duration double bindings. Well, he was playing tennis over there. Instead of the Xerath, which can only use it as a defensive way. And remember that Xerath's E really differs in duration on how far the champion is. There you go. Jensen gets caught by another Q.
Jensen getting yep very as soon as Jensen gets caught by Q, Beach just press that R button. The R button is a pretty low cooldown, and
Yeah.
the duration between fights is not. I mean, he's gonna have it up for every fight of the day.
Yeah, you can see it's already half on half duration. And Zoe responds by showing how balanced she is by using Redemption.
Yes.
Acadian shadowing his bot lane. Currently, TSM are still trailing by 1000 gold. Does that matter though?
Probably not in this situation. They do get in a fight here. They do get chunked out. Fails the engage here.
You can see the infinite
Acadian's
sustain
coming
comes
in.
in.
Rek'Sai's here to counter the
Acadian. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, maybe too late. Yeah, look at that infinite sustain in the field bot lane. Already almost at full health. Like, the Sona's looking nice.
And they constantly heal up. So what happened there? The TL bot lane tried to bait in by teleporting in a really bad position because TSM had no idea, as you can see, that Core JJ was in that bush. Acadian was first to the play, and then they trade the life of Double Lift for the life of their jungler. A worthy trade, if I might say. Here it goes again. As you can see, they're really surprised by the Zyra's existence.
Yeah, very nice bait by Double with RJJ.
Hmm.
Um, look, they're very low health, but look how much he regens.
Look at how much
Ready to
he
go in.
sustains. Yeah.
Look at the sustain. Wow.
Acadian doesn't
Misses
land
the
the E.
Taric stun still, but
Yeah.
still gets the kill. Yeah, insane here.
Conquer a Hecarim for you.
They trade one for one, but bot lane does have more health, so they get to shove it in and go back maybe.
I think in a late, I think in a scaling team comp like the Tarek Sona, the more kills that you get, the better because you get to accelerate faster. Meanwhile, and against the cannon is really not very useful against the Tarek. Also, the Rek'Sai, he's a diver, yes, but looking to dive that team composition and dealing sustained damage against three shielders is not
Yeah,
going to
very
end up very
hard.
well.
Very hard to do so.
Also, seconds of invulnerability.
Yep,
TSM
Broken Blade
Broken
gonna
Blade
go.
goes for the all in.
He actually does win this matchup in the early game, early to mid game, because Kennen is focused on his ult is focused on team fighting. Really can sort of do both. Be a good
Well,
duelist and be a good team fight. So, but Kennen does outscale. So
Cannon's really
this
glad
is
to
a
survive
very
this
completely
matchup.
even farm.
hmm Impact is really glad that he gets to just sustain this lane. Bjergsen reveals the Rek'Sai. Smithy really wants this, but I guess he's not gonna get it, and TSM give the blue buff to Bjergsen and get that
This blue
control
buff is
wood.
actually really good. This Slith Spirit Beardson matches the Zoe push. Does Zoe push faster in this matchup, or does Flux? Do you
Um,
know?
I know that Lux can push faster than the Zoe, but Lux tends to run out of mana faster than the Zoe as well. Her E at max rank is almost 120 to 130 mana. I'm not sure about the exact mana cost. And yes, she does have higher cooldowns, but she also has the passive, and she gets to one-shot the backline faster than the Zoe one-shotting the backline. Less conditional, because remember, Paddle Star needs to go back and then go back in. Our fight erupts on the Mountain Dragon.
Blue is really good for Beatixon. He tries to go for this, or the TSM card on this dragon play, I think.
Mm-hmm. Sven.
Both
Oh, there we go.
both sides, yep. Very good engaged by Kaden with the Terragold.
Yes,
Gets most
Bjergsen do
assistance,
get
very
that
good.
kill. The double binding.
Impact comes in, and then you might look to turn this around. It's very risky, but
Well, we all
might
know
just
who the
pick up
dragon's
the
going to.
dragon.
TSM can't engage this one at all. They're trying to turn onto Broken Blade. Broken Blade just queues in and nothing happens. So you can see how useful the Lux
They were
is.
looking for this deal, though, I believe.
Yeah, because they have the early game power. And you can see how useful the Lux is, but the thing is, it was faulty execution by the bot lane and Acadian.
Right, and top lane teleported in a better position. Here they're going to do the lane switch since
Since the top lane is over there, yeah, we can see this again. And the comment for taking the kill.
So here, yeah, the TP comes in from the cannon. Cannon gets a good flank, and then Ariel arrives in late, or out of position, rather.
Yeah.
Yuxin actually has to.
Oh, Broken Blade.
Oh, kills impact.
Yeah, solo kill.
So yeah, Broken Blade going to opt, for the no boots, just straight
Damage.
Very nice, actually, because since he can play the lane save, he builds up the. Right now he's winning. He wins just in terms of the champion.
Also, Broken Blade displays really good mechanics on earlier by ulting into Q immediately. We will see the replay soon. But we just talked about his good mechanics, then Zoe comes in.
Oh, he does die here.
That's very unfortunate that he actually. I think he thought that the E will hit the minions.
Right.
Because he had flash over there. Here we can see the solo kill that happens.
1, 2, 3, yep, and then perfect dashes.
And you can look at the instant alt Q. Then he saves one more auto attack before he dashes. And dashes out.
It's a very good play. Broken play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It actually took me a while to understand that you can R and then E at the same time. That was very interesting.
It's really good to do an instant play like that because you can burst in a lot of opponents so fast.
Of course, because they can't react to dash into E immediately.
Yeah.
It saves the. You can hide the E with the ult as well, which is what Blade seems to be doing, which is really good. It's a good way to engage the player.
And which champion do you play in top lane? Do you play Aurelia?
I play Jax. I mean, I play all the meta like answer champions. So yeah, Aurelia is one of them.
Okay.
Aurelia.
Bjergsen with a double binding and into Broken Blade's ultimate. Zoe can't really get the distance for her paddle star. And if you see the flash into the Tarek stun,
Very nice.
very good execution from TSM for the Rift Herald fight. And there goes Broken Blade trying again to do well on this game.
Of course, TSM's actually behind in gold, but they make it up for their very good engage, and they're forcing a lot of objectives that they need to. They're
And
gonna be up soon, so they're gonna play top side.
as long as you have enough gold on Aurelia and Lux to offset the balance, the other champions really do not matter.
Right, of course.
Because Tarek just gets it by the levels, gets a lot of armor by the levels from his W passive. Well, shows what a good champion design he is. You can see Sven off position even in this game. Acadian
Gideon actually soloed
going
this
double
one.
left.
Yeah, no peel, no heal, no teleport. And then I really was doing a fantastic job.
You can see the flash to
Flash
prevent
play.
from Xmithy escaping.
Team is popping off.
TSM looking really excited on that, on what happened. Although they don't have enough Mountain Dragons, but as I said in the first game, Mountain Dragon is only good when you're ahead because you still need to win the fights in order to do the objectives. Even though Team Liquid can threaten to do Baron, preventing TSM from trying to split, it doesn't matter if they cannot. You can see the binding that stops Zoe from getting into range. That is very clutch gaming from BXN over there. And this is why he's the best mid laner NA.
That Lux pick actually is really good pick.
It's better than the Heimerdinger pick. I think it's really working, especially on this diving team composition.
Of course. Yeah.
And we can see the TSM on sieging, trying to nullify the Zoe with the can minion. And she really cannot splash head damage into the wave. He misses the minions. He couldn't step up. I mean, Jensen is a really great player. He couldn't step up. He knows that if he stepped up into range, he'd be killed almost instantly.
Steals in a good amount of pressure here. I mean, like I really can win this fight. She just Broken Blade, can't actually hit him under the tower.
Well, Team Liquid utilize all of their spells, 2 teleports, in order to get Broken Blade and a flash. Wait, and a flash from the cannon just to get Broken Blade.
Right. They burned literally everything because Broken Blade actually wins the 1v1. So if they let him stay in the bot lane for this, like he could just like pressure more than he really needs to.
And then he does exactly what Aurelia wants to do, and therefore winning the game for TSM. So all the dragons are going for Team Liquid, except that the really unfortunate draft of the dragons, because none of these dragons really do anything for Team Liquid.
Yeah, there's no red and there's no. It would have been nice if they had an early Ocean Dragon to sustain the lane in the bot. That would have been probably more smoother for them. But right now, I mean, they do need more damage. Do need to force this Baron here if they want to, close off the game. They do outscale, I believe. Or no, it's actually pretty even scaling.
It's
So
even scaling.
yeah. So it's whoever gets this Baron is gonna be in a good spot for a split.
But here's the thing: since they even scale, but Team Liquid really cannot utilize all of its members, since you have a member that's called Double Lift on the Ashe that really doesn't have any entrance into this fight. So the Ashe is a very immobile carry, and she's against the hyper diving composition. Now he's a great player and everything, except that the best player that you are, you cannot change what Ashe really does. So without Flash, and without Flash, he really needs another summoner spell or another champion to keep him alive, to keep him away from the fight while dealing damage from a distance. But the problem is the TSM takes fight to double lift, therefore he really cannot interact with the fight in a good way.
Yeah, because Hecarim's gonna ult the double lift with Taric ult and onto the E, or like Taric E and then ult with the Hecarim dive. That sets for a really nice fear for double lift, and since he doesn't have any form of like summoners that gets him away, he's just gonna insta pop with Lux ult in the back. So right here, they're probably gonna look to fight again.
Well, TSM has the pressure going mid lane, and double lift maybe you can't be like some viewers would say that double lift may try to live using his ultimate, but you need to understand that Hecarim cannot be disabled during his ultimate. So there's another play that Acadian can do, and he's a good player, the Acadian. So it's really not easy to stun him with the Ash Arrow, especially that it has a really very distinctive animation on it. You can see Baron control. You were saying about
Irelia
TSM?
still wins the bot matchup. Yeah, no, Irelia still wins the 1v1 in the bot. So a lot of pressure is building up for TL in here. They try to force this mid, but I think they forget some
Mm-hmm.
information. Both sides, both TPs up on both of the top laners, so they're probably gonna look for a 5v5 against Baron, of course. TL will. TL actually has the chance to try to like um, start
Initiate.
it early. Yeah, because of the two mountain dragons that they built up. But see.
And you can see the difference in clearing in the mid lane. Lux just waits for the minions to come, and she can detonate her E from safety. But Zoe needs to hit 2 paddle stars in order to clear the wave. She cannot one-shot the entire wave by one paddle star ability. She has to do it twice because this is how the minions are shaped. This is the AoE damage that she can deal. Well, there goes the TPs. Broken Blade and Impact come.
Blade, yep.
Impact doesn't go in immediately, but you can see
Oh, Impact
Acadian
should have went
taking.
in there. That was a good flank.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now the team's
Zoe,
5v5 top.
ults, Impact going on the Acadian. The ulti comes from Tarek, and this is the dive that is coming. As you can see, Broken Blade ults. And now, time for Acadian to ult. You can see the double lift cannot even weave a single auto attack. Under the turret, Sona ulti. Sven is really helping with this team fight. And then X-Smithy gets collected by the Lux. And that's how TSM are looking to play the fight.
Very well played by TSM in this fight here.
Very
Very
great
good
fight.
core priority targets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing Doublelift could have really done in that situation.
As I said, you can be the greatest AD carry, but you cannot really change what Ashe does. Maybe if he picked Ezra LTP, it would have been far greater, but then he wouldn't have enough damage for the fight.
Of course.
So you also noted how Impact kind of misplayed. I think he could have engaged over there too. Let's see it again. Both TPs come.
Yeah, so look at this TP. They're in a very good flanking position. Yeah, Impact could have engaged here actually, and then maybe the team walks up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here now the team is regrouped, so that TP, that very good TP that Impact had, it just went away.
It's just gone. The opportunity is simply not there.
Tarek ults immediately. Yep, Broken Blade goes in, and then
Gets the exhaust and both team members.
Yes.
Funny thing to note that this exhaust was not from the Zyra, it was from the Zoe, and still didn't work.
Yeah, of course.
You can see the team getting hyped up.
Team popping off, but reverse sweep. Unfortunate. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Sven.
We'll talk about Sven later. Even here, you can see how very ineffective Sven is.
Right. Sven is doing good, but he's not doing his full potential. Oh, Beerson does get caught. They might force Baron off of this play. Very good pick by. Oh,
The
Jensen.
drowsy.
Sven yep. Sven has to burn cleanse here. And they don't have Baron warded, so this is a good fight to take for TL. They have 2 mountain dragons, so forcing this Baron is really good right now. Baron's gonna die really quick.
But they do have the Aurelia and they have the Crescendo. They also have the engage potential. TSM can win this fight.
Yeah. Of course, engage potential for TSM is really good as well.
Remember that there are 2 members from Team Liquid that do not get to play this game. Core JJ and Double Lift.
Chooses to back instead of forces. I think forcing it would have been the game-winning play, or the play that they should have done. I wonder what they were thinking here.
I don't think they would have been able to in the team fight though, because remember that they get infinite sustain with the Tarek and Sona.
Of course, but I mean, is there another scenario where they would have, with this hard engagement with TSM? They have to make a play here.
They have to peel for the carries and wait for for TSM, but at the same time, uh, Hecarim just kills Double Lift while he's at full HP.
That pick was a good, Baron force for them, and I think if they made the Baron force here, they would have.
That was the only chance that they had.
Probably, it would have been a very good spot if they take that Baron.
Yes. And there goes Broken Blade tries to the stun. They go to try to take down this mid lane turret, while the first mid lane turret is still standing. TSM tries to go for more, but they try to back off now. Broken Blade with the stun on Impact, really crucial. I think Impact could have flash ulted that team fight, but he got stunned. Broken Blade just around the mid lane. Meanwhile, his team is clearing Baron. And You can see that Team Liquid is losing vision around the Baron area, but Double Lift tries to scout it. No vision now, only with TSM are recalling. I think TSM are pretty aware that Team Liquid has vision over here. Remember that this is where TSM member, yeah, got caught. Ash has started to scale up, but scaling up and not trying to go for any lifesteal. It goes in any lifesteal item except for the Blade of the Ruined King. Could have gone for a Blade of the for Black Cleaver, in my opinion, since like go the same build that Lucian goes for. That extra HP could have helped you,
Yeah.
but decisions were made at that day. Hecarim starts to have all three of his core items.
Very good on Hecarim here. This makes him actually into a frontline monster. With the engage with Irea, then it's very hard to kill off this huge engage.
Also the triple shield, the double heal, invulnerability. Broken Blade tries to go. Yeah, alter that comp. And the Lux to pick up any kill that Hecarim fails to pick. Now just trying to
Yeah, so bot
control
lane
the
is
Baron area.
in a pushing position here, I believe. Right, so TSM has all the opportunity they make to pressure this wave.
Hmm. Oh, there goes the ult from Double Lift. Nothing comes out of it.
That's
BXN
very
cleanses it.
huge because then double lift can't do it
Oh,
again. And that
this is the engage
massive
that we talked about. Double Lift
close.
tries to kite the Hecarim out. Hecarim focuses Zyra. It does not matter. Though, gets trade the
That left engage
1-2-1.
again here, actually.
Yeah, the Drowsy. And the blocks come in. You can see that both teams are playing very careful right now. Jensen gets caught over here, loses half of his HP from
Oh,
1Q and
yeah.
ulti.
Anytime Fusion Qs, that's just a free ult.
Yeah, and it could be a free death for anyone from Team Liquid because the CC will follow. When every member on your team has a CC ability, well, let's talk about that. How can you even play the game? And it's
Yeah,
almost
very hard to.
guaranteed though,
Exactly. Like, with this combo, like, it's almost guaranteed.
because Hecarim will knock somebody up while damaging them. They cannot flash that if it connects. They cannot cleanse that if it connects.
Yeah.
And then you just get damaged by the Lux from far, far away.
Yeah, here it's just the playing back and forth, back and forth. Bot's trying to get wave shoving so they can force this dragon. TP is up on both sides of the team again. They're going to do a 4-1 split. They want to split bot because, you know, if I really wins the 1v1, which he probably does, then the team has to spend more efforts to find bot here.
Yes, you can see the Broken
Very
Blade
nice
going for the
lane.
flank. Acadian escapes with his
Katie does
skin.
get caught.
It does not matter because the Taric ulti is coming.
Doesn't
No one
matter.
can damage him. And there you go. You see the double members ulti. The
Oh, the
crescendo.
flash. Oh,
You can look at this Lux damage.
oh, very nice play from Broken Blade.
Yes. Jensen lives. The stun comes. Another stun. You can see the double lift try to cut this as best as possible. Really well played by him. What a shame he did not have heal this fight. I guess that TP off cooldown really helped, and they're going to clean up X-Smithy. This is the Baron. It has to be the Baron, or maybe they're just going for the end. Who needs Baron when you can end? It's 34 minutes right now. They do not have a
Yeah,
they have only
the
one
time is very
dragon.
huge. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And with this dive comp, they don't need to worry about
Their
the
HP
Zoe
bar.
poke. Yeah, exactly. Zoe poke or the Zyra ult.
Mm-hmm.
Zyra.
They have a cannon minion, and they have really high HP bars. Did that Zoe
So,
even deal damage though? Jensen dodges the
oh, looks like
stun,
it's gonna end. Yeah, very
and
quickly.
they go for the end. So what did you think about that game?
I mean, I think the bot sustain was a bit too much for double lift, and then Broken Blade obviously good flank, good engage. That flash and that Stanya's or the stopwatch was very well placed in that team fight.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Acadian redeeming himself after that, after getting caught.
Yes.
very nice fight from TSM that won them the game.
The only fight that Team Liquid really won was when TSM committed a lot of members and a lot of resources on one person, which was the Dragon fight. But after that, whenever Double Lift survived, the tide was turning into Team Liquid. But the issue is that Doublelift was not able to execute a member, so they just healed Kane 10 seconds later with an unstoppable engage in order to execute Doublelift. Therefore, he couldn't do
Yeah, Vicious
anything.
Hand is massive with the Terry.
Tarek, Sona,
So,
Lux.
so if they don't fully engage, the Team Liquid doesn't fully engage, all that work just becomes null in like 10 seconds.
That's correct. Well, let's go into game 3. Will TSM win
Game
this one?